Virtual WWT is round 7 of ENEA. I'm Rick James, here to bring you uninterrupted green flag coverage of this 7th edition of the 3rd season of ENEA. Getting ready to go racing 90. Whoa, that is not correct. We do not have 94 laps or 250 miles to go in this one. Let's fix that right as we're gonna go green here. You've got the 13 of Lucky Dog 385 starting on the inside of row number 1. Then KFB starting on the outside of that first row, last year's 6-time winner, getting business done. PTH to go in car number 4 will be starting on the inside of row number 2. To his outside, one of our streamers this evening, ENEA Shotgun. Can't thank you enough for that, Shotty. There we have the 22, 18, and 58 lap distances for our race stages. 22 to 26 laps will be the fuel range for drivers at this track that opened in 1967. Blackhammer not getting off to a start down in pit road. Pot Pie starting on the outside line. Panic in the 19 car also streaming for us tonight in his Sirius XM. That's twitch.tv xpanic24x. Bano in the test scheme, TRT in the classic number 1. Lucky Dog 385 to the inside, waiting for the signal. Green flag is out and we're racing at Gateway. So far, so good. 1 lap underway. The 13 of Lucky Dog 385 breaking out to a lead. KFB sitting in second, briefly 3 wide for position. The 38 of Jawman in the Barry's Bullets Ford now getting to the inside of the 9 car of ENEA Lindo. This for a spot in the top 5. 38 to the inside of the 9, the 24 car filling in that gap. That's Dr. Bush, one of the local drivers, one of the Missouri natives, sitting into the 6th position in his Exalta Chevrolet. Back at the front, however, the 13 of Lucky Dog losing that lead to the 18 of KFB, Chevy, Toyota, Ford, your top 3. Lindo to the inside, almost as if he got loose out of turn number 2. That's Old Tweeter in the 21 car, Pot Pie and Dip that are getting around on the outside. Big shout out to Henny 4842, who just followed a few minutes ago. Thank you, Henny, for the follow. Lightning M133 says, "Let's go Racers." He's cheering on these drivers in this 7th round of racing. KFB starting to lose that gap to the 13 car. Then up ahead, it's Blackhammer in the 48, TRT in the 1 car, and the 20 of Sir Brunson mixing it up through turns 1 and 2. Punisher taking over for Alderfer in the number 2 Penske Ford, that Western Star Mustang, towards the back of the field against Panic streaming for us tonight. The real MT in the 42 car, he's been clawing his way back through this field all season long. Baby Birds in the 10 with a lot to make up. He comes in 23rd in points. Pot Pie and Dip putting an emoji in the chat at the beginning of the show. Thank you, Pie. Hope he does well today. And then Blackhammer in the 48 car. The first car on the verge of going 1 lap down in this race. Of course, he will be the only car 1 lap down, so he'll be eligible for the free pass position. 16 laps remain in this opening stage. The 13 car of Lucky Dog 385 leads the way, and he successfully puts the 48 of Blackhammer a lap down, but will the 48 give the same courtesy he's given to the 13 car to drivers behind him? 24 of Dr. Bush now to the inside of that 38 car being driven by Jawman. Or is it J-Man? Well, maybe we'll ask him after the race. We'll get it right for next week. But the 24 coming up behind that 38 with 15 laps remaining. The 48 of Blackhammer politely gets out of the way of the competition. Hats off to the 48 for pulling that move off. ENEA Shotgun gets into the 3rd position. He makes his way around the 4 of PTH the GOAT. 13, 18, 88, your top 3. The Planters Nuts Chevrolet finds himself on the podium. PTH the GOAT in car number 4. Coming into this race, 2nd in points, 20 markers back of KFB, who's currently running 2nd. KFB, who's got a mirror full of blue Planters Chevy. The number 88 of ENEA Shotgun is in this race in the 6th position. 13 points behind TRT 779, who's mired back in this field. TRT in the 1 car battling with Sir Brunson. So far, after 6 races, the 88 of Shotgun scores an average of 35 points, 2 fewer than TRT just ahead, despite TRT being 13 digits further ahead in the standings. KFB 18, your points leader, comes into this season with a 20-point lead over the 4 car of PTH the GOAT. The 18 and the 4 slugging it out all season long, despite PTH having 1 win this season. He's got 3 top 5s compared to 5 top 5s out of KFB 18. Both drivers with 5 wins, and their average points almost identical, but the difference between them, 20 digits. Lucky Dog 385 not fighting for outright points, just win after win, and he's been doing so the best that he can. Lucky Dog scoring the win in rounds 1 and 2 this season, winning at the Daytona 250 miler we had on May 12th, and then a week later at Richmond, scoring the win. It was 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks, excuse me, if you will. He missed the Talladega race, but it was 2 weeks ago at Charlotte where Lucky Dog 385 scored his 3rd win. Will it be 4 wins in 7 races for the driver of the 13 car? He's going to have to take down the 18 and the 88. You can see Shotgun now challenging KFB for the 2nd position. He will attempt to clear the M&M's Toyota out of 2, and he doesn't. Here comes the 18. KFB not going down without a fight. Lightning M133 cheering on MT. He's cheering on the real MT in the 42 car. Let's go back to the Make Delivery Chevy and see how he's holding up. There he is with some damage on the front of his car. He's behind the 20 of Sir Brunson. Looks to be the last car on the lead lap. But as the laps do wane in this opening stage, there will be plenty of opportunity for him to come back. The 1. There goes the 1 car of TRT. Slams into that inside wall, just losing control of his hot rod. TRT, who sits 5th in points right now, 16 markers behind. Lucky Dog 385 in 4th with heavy damage to the front of his race car. There's Lucky Dog 385 leading this race. He sits 4th in points. 6 starts this season, only 1 stage win, but 3 outright races. So technically not the most consistent driver you ever saw, and a couple of DNFs not helping. But Lucky Dog 385 sitting in 4th in ENEA. He's got the 88 coming right up his rear bumper with not many laps remaining. 6 to go this time by. Now the 1 of TRT goes a lap down at the hands of the Geico Chevrolet. KFB now sitting outside the podium positions. It looks like Dr. Bush has moved into the 3rd spot. ENEA Shotgun holding on to 2nd, and that's now 3 Chevrolets on the podium positions. Seafoot Racing with a smiley emoji. Cannot wait for this weekend. If you've ever heard of Chickenfoot or Cluck Clash, this is the weekend that we're talking about. Monaco, Indy, Charlotte, your favorite Memorial Day traditions come to your favorite virtual racers' hands. Friday night, the Monaco Grand Prix right here on twitch.tv/Rick James TV1. Myself and Mitch, everyone's favorite Stryan, will be doing the commentary. That Saturday night, it's going to be the 500 miles of Indianapolis on Xbox, not the ARCS version that we ran earlier this season, courtesy to Paul Page. We'll talk about his book later in the race. Indy will be night 2, and then 600 miles at Charlotte that Sunday night. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right here on Rick James TV. Cluck Clash does Monaco, Indy, and Charlotte. You won't want to miss that. Fans, at the end of stage number 1, will be taking a 30-second break to keep the pre-rolls off. 3 laps to go next time by. Stage number 2 going to be just a bit shorter. 19 laps will be the distance in that second stage. You can see drivers make it up to 26 laps on 1 tank of fuel, but the tires will not last that long unless they're careful. Does the 13 of Lucky Dog 385 have anything left on those tires? You can see the immense gap back to the 88 car. There's the NEA Shotgun in second. Dr. Bush just behind him in the 3rd position. Rounding out the top 5 is the number 4 Bush Light Apple Ford of PTH the GOAT. There you see, coming into this event, PTH the GOAT, 2nd in points, 20 digits behind. KFB 18 sitting 4th just in front. And now the 18 car bearing down on the 24 of Dr. Bush, who comes into this race 3rd, 44 points off of the leader. 24 points off of KFB 18. Fourth in points, Lucky Dog 385, coming up on the 42 McDelivery Chevrolet of the Real MT. That's the 21 of Old Tweeter just ahead of him. These drivers will be struggling. They'll be fighting to stay on the lead lap. This is the final lap of stage number 1. Lucky Dog 385 doesn't seem to have any maladies on his tires. Look at him behind the 21 of Old Tweeter. Will he put him a lap down? He looks to be driving just a bit easy into 3, but watch the run out of 4 all over the back end of the 21 car. Old Tweeter won't go a lap down, but Lucky Dog 385 does get the stage 1 victory in the Geico Gecko Chevrolet. Lucky Dog 385, ENEA Shotgun in second, and Dr. Bush in third to round out stage number 1. Fans at home will be back in 30 seconds. And if you're a subscriber to Rick James TV, thank you so very, very much. Your subscriptions make every show possible. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, honestly, thank you, because your subscriptions do make it possible to catch each and every lap of this show ad-free, and it keeps us going with the best visuals we can supply. We appreciate you guys so much. Getting ready to go in this second stage of action. The 13 of Lucky Dog 385 to the inside, waiting for the flag. There it is. Green flag is out. Let's start stage 2. Wide all over this racetrack. Drivers really trying to keep it all together. You saw the 2 car of Punisher getting all out of sorts. He's now behind the 19 of Panic. Again, one of our streamers tonight. Thank you, Panic. Appreciate you, pal. Punisher in that 2 car, now trying to come up behind that 20 for position. The 2 car going 3 wide, extremely wide out of 3. And sending it in pretty deep into 1 is Sir Brunson. He opens up the inside for the 2 car of Punisher, but Brunson hangs on. He's got the 48 of Blackhammer just ahead. Bano in the 22 car behind the 4 of PTH, the GOAT. This is the highest that the 22 has been all race long. Comes out and tags that barrier. Now the 11 gets into Bano, the 9 into the 22. The 10 of Birds has been involved in that one. Cars will gather themselves, and the first caution of the race comes out here in stage number 2. Fans at home, this is a perfectly good opportunity to talk about our friends at Freedom Venture Properties. Freedom Venture are a locally owned business based in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and they are passionate about all things real estate. They're committed to leading their clients into freedom from their real estate burdens. Their process includes an offer that is fair, a process that is quick and easy. They are here for you, so reach out to them today. You can catch them on their website at freedomventureproperties.com or on their Facebook as it's spelled, Freedom Venture Properties. Lucky Dog 385 now on the outside of row number 1. It'll be KFB 18 to the inside. Restarting in stage 2. Green flag. Let's try it again. dozen laps remain in this second stage. Lucky Dog 385 still at the helm. Was that one car that went around? It looked like that was the 10 of Birds that had gone into the wall, but we stay green despite the 10 of Birds going around. Panic now trying to get into the top 10. There you see the 10 car struggling to get back. The 12 of Henny getting a big push from Blackhammer in the 48 car. The real MT slow on the outside. The 3, the 9 of Hound Dog trying to get closer to that 42. Pot Pie and Dib now to the inside of Tweeter in car 21. Pot Pie comes into this race 9th in points. In 6 starts, he's got himself only 2 top 10s, but 1 stage win, so there is capability to score major points for that 11 car. The 48 of Blackhammer sitting 19th in the points. Right now out of the playoff picture, just 1 top 10 this season, but he's only 4 points behind Crusher and 7 points behind Panic, who's further behind him on the field. It looked like the 21 of Tweeter tagged the wall. Dr. Bush in the Exalta C-Class Chevrolet running 4th right now. 3rd in points with 1 win this season. Dr. Bush trying to get closer. He's certainly in the playoff picture, but a season championship, a regular season championship, would be nice for the driver of the 24. Old Tweeter in the 21 car, that red cap Wood Brothers Ford. He's doing his very best to get further into the points. Tweeter sits 10th right now, comfortably in the playoff picture, but he could use some work to secure his playoff picture a little further. 7 laps to go next time by, and he's looking at scoring decent stage points here. He's running 8th on the track right now. Lindo driving the number 9 Hooters Chevrolet. ENEA Lindo is in 14th. He only sits 22 points in the playoff picture right now. ENEA Lindo scoring 2 top 10s this season with 1 stage win to his name. Lindo looking to solidify his playoff picture with just 4 regular season races remaining. J-Man in the 38, he sits 17th in points. He is 7 points out of the playoff picture right now. Bano in the 22 is the car that sits 7 points ahead. J-Man, he's running decently in this second stage, 5th right now, and if he can keep it up, he'll close the gap up to Bano, who's sitting only 7 points ahead. ENEA Shotgun sits in the 6th position in the points with 6 laps to go in stage number 2. Slow out of the second corner. Here comes the 4 of PTH the GOAT. Terrible exit, and it's those kinds of mistakes he's going to have to cut out if he wants to get any closer into the top 5 in points. So far, he looks safe in his playoff picture, but one mistake at WWT could end your race and your season. KFB 18, second in points right now, driving behind the 13 of Lucky Dog 385. And although it's been a successful race for KFB 13, just cannot compete with Lucky Dog at the moment, who's giving it absolutely everything in this second stage. After that first yellow, you better believe that drivers will make these tires go the distance this time. No worries about tires running out with this stage 3 laps shorter, but next stage will be quite a bit longer. 59 laps will be the distance in stage number 3, and drivers will need to cope a lot more manageably with these wearing tires. The 3 of J-Man now gets into the podium positions with 3 laps to go in this second stage. We'll take another 30-second break at the end of stage number 2 just to keep those pre-rolls off, and we'll keep it pushing for the third stage of racing. 13, 18, 38, your top 3, Chevy, Toyota, Ford. White flag will be out next time by for Lucky Dog 385. Another dominating performance. We saw earlier the one of TRT, will DNF, and it's a shame that the one car did not make it involved in a couple of incidents earlier. He'll be picking up last place points today, and now a mile and a quarter is all that remains for Lucky Dog 385 to get his second stage win. Out of the fourth corner, and the Geico Gecko Chevrolet will collect stage win number 2. KFB 18 finishing second. The 38 of J-Man, the rookie, comes in and gets a third place finish in the second stage. Fans at home, we're going to take another 30-second break, and we'll be back for the start of the final stanza of racing tonight. Lucky Dog 385, he's won 2 stages already. You know what that means. Headed into stage number 3, waiting for the green flag to kick it off. Cars accelerate, and we're racing again at WWT. .52 laps to go in this race. The 13 of Lucky Dog 385 not pulling away as quickly as you'd expect from the 18 of KFB, but the 13 still leading. The 18 in second, the 38 of J-Man in third, still Chevy, Toyota, Ford. Your top 3 out of turn 4. 51 laps now remaining. PTH the GOAT all over the back end of the 11 of Pot Pie. That looks like the 20 car of Sir Brunson, who gets out of sorts towards the back of the field. And look at this mess here. The 9 of ENEA Lindo trying to get closer past the 48 of Blackhammer, the 21 of Tweeter, and the 3 of ENEA Hound Dog. Dr. Bush in the 24 car. Sitting outside of the top 5. He's running behind the 88 of ENEA Shotgun. Hopefully that's not some cars feeling the bump there. We see cars getting out of sorts into turn number 1. The 24 of Dr. Bush trying to get just a bit closer. There's the 11 of Pot Pie. He's sitting in the 4th position. Here comes the 4 of PTH. Puts the fender to the inside of the 11 car. This for the 4th position. Contact between these two, but Pot Pie does not give up the fight. Headed into 1. fewer than 50 laps remain at WWT. The 11 to the outside of the 88, this for position. Rather, the 88 trying to take 5th place away from Pot Pie and Dip. The outside line not doing him any favors whatsoever for Pot Pie. 47 laps to go next time by. And again, drivers will only be able to go about 25 laps on these tires or fuel, whatever gives out first. There is the 88 still trying to take 5th place away from Pot Pie, and now Dr. Bush in the 24 car will join the fight. The 11 messes up the entry, 24 to the inside. Here comes the 3 of Hound Dog, but Pot Pie will survive the overtake attempt from car number 3. Big tag from the 3 on the 11 headed into turn number 1. This is how drivers get turned around. This is how drivers start to lose bits and pieces of their race car. The 42 of the Real MT, following the 22 of Bano down the backstretch, and these 6 cars here having a party of their own on the opposite end. The 20 of Sir Brunson goes extremely high, inviting the 22 of Bano right under him, but the 20 of Sir Brunson getting a fantastic launch out of the corner. Punisher now to the inside of the Real MT for position. Sir Brunson has been running that high line once or twice tonight. He's really making it work for himself, really extending that number 20 Stanley Camry all the way to the outside as far as is possible. Here comes the 24 of Dr. Bush to the inside of Hound Dog in the 3. Back at the front, the 13 of Lucky Dog 385, possibly on a conservation strategy, or the 13 of KFB just pushing it extra hard, as the 13 has not been able to break away from car number 18. Not sure what the change here, but certainly going to be interesting as we're coming up to those pit stops. We're about 10 laps away from the first green flag stops. Unless the yellow comes out, that will certainly help this race move along with the caution laps. Now the 4 car of PTH the GOAT battling the 88 of ENEA Shotgun. This for the 4th spot. Big shout out to the 88 of Shotgun, who's streaming laps for us tonight, helping us keep tabs with the leaders. And thank you if you've recently joined us. I'm Rick James, bringing you uninterrupted green flag coverage of ENEA from Worldwide Technologies Raceway. We're still going to remain ad-free for the next 4 minutes, and on the next yellow or the next, well, next yellow it has to be, doesn't it? We're not going to get another stage break. On the next yellow, if we get that chance, we will take a 30-second break. The 88 of PTH the GOAT, or the 88 of Shotgun catching up closer to PTH the GOAT. There's the 88 of ENEA Shotgun. Now to the inside of the 4 car. Is he going to send it into 1? He does indeed send it into 1, and he looks like he's going to take the 24 with him, but PTH the GOAT closes the door on Dr. Bush in that 24 car. Fans at home, I do apologize for these wildly massive jumps in bit rate. No idea what's going on here, but we'll get it sorted. Always something. J-Man in that 38 car, you can see just how hard he has to turn that wheel to stay off the wall. Still holding a successful 3rd place. Matter of fact, he's not that far behind the 18 of PTH. He is the 3rd car in this Chevy, Toyota, Ford top 3. Shotgun 4th, Dr. Bush 5th, PTH the GOAT running 6th now with 40 laps remaining in this race. We should be seeing, again, pit stops within the next 10 laps, but now it's a question of not who, but how soon will these stops start. Drivers will be able to go roughly 25 laps on a tank of fuel if the tires will last that long. So that still tells you it's a two-stop race to the end. '21 of Old Tweeter incredibly slow on the outside line. We stay green. Tweeter losing 4 positions in the first 2 corners. Not a good look for the driver of the 21. Now he's got all that time to make back. It is a very difficult race, this WWT. Some drivers say it races like New Hampshire. Other drivers say because of the Darlington shape, it races like Darlington. Interestingly enough, the first 2 corners here are modeled after the New Hampshire Speedway. Turns 3 and 4, they say, are similar to the Phoenix Raceway, as it looks like the 21 car of Old Tweeter is beginning his green flag pit stops, mowing the lawn there in turn 3. There's Dr. Bush now to the inside of his Hendricks teammate, the 88 of ENEA, shotgun scraping against the wall to slow his race car down. Dr. Bush moves into 4th position as green flag pit stops commence. So again, 1 and 2 modeled like the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, while turns 3 and 4 similar to the Phoenix International Raceway. And the track has a bit of an egg shape akin to Darlington. There it is as they move in the counterclockwise configuration. What a unique egg shape indeed. This track technically in Illinois, just in East St. Louis, in a little town called Madison. Still lovely on a summer's sunset. You can see the St. Louis Arch from the track. It's quite a sight. That's how close it is to St. Louis, to Missouri itself. But it used to be called Gateway, now called Worldwide Technologies Raceway. Henny in the 12 car comes into this race down in the points. Henny meaning to make up some positions, but he's finding himself on the back end this time around. We'll bring up the points and illustrate just where Henny is. If you can find them. 7th in the point standings is where you'll find the 12 car trying to claw his way back up. He finds himself just 10 points behind ENEA Shotgun running in the top 5. Henny about to go a lap down at the hands of the race leader, Lucky Dog 385. There's the distance between first and second. Greater than half a straightaway, actually. Almost an entire full-length straightaway, if you will. It's quite some gap. 13 of Lucky Dog crossing that line. Drivers losing controls of their race car now with the tires starting to give out a challenging prospect. It will be 32 laps to go this time by for these pilots, and the way that wall juts out down the backstretch, you just fear that someone's going to come out and strike it just as hard as they can. Interesting to hear just how late the 13 car brakes. The 18 of KFB now stuck behind the 12 of Henny, the car that's a lap down, holding up second place at the end of their green flag runs. Here comes the 10 of Baby Birds after he's been held up a little bit, giving the 18 a push. Now the 10 car to the inside of KFB, and KFB who's already on the back foot in a losing battle with the 13 of Lucky Dog, slow through 1 and 3, being held up by lapped traffic. The 13 of Lucky Dog still being scored as the leader as he stays out on the racetrack, not coming down, looking to stretch these tires as far as he can. It will still be a two-stop race despite how far any of these drivers manage to stay out. They would need to extend the expected fuel range by right around 10 laps just to go that distance. The 88 of ENEA Shotgun giving up 6th place to come down pit road for tires and fuel. You saw the 4 of PTH the GOAT now entering pit road for his tires and his fuel as well. The 18 of KFB, he's signaling he's going to come down. There's the 2 of Punisher, who just came down pit road. PTH the GOAT bringing his Busch Apple Mustang to a halt. Back to the leaders. The 13 is down. The 18 is down as well. No driver would dare limit their tires here. The 88 of ENEA Shotgun getting his laps back on this 1 1/4 mile racetrack. Overtaking the 13 of Lucky Dog 385, who brings his race car to a stop. A very long, very slow pit road. 45 miles an hour is the expected pit road speed limit that these drivers will take. The 13 coming down pit road. 13's down and he's away. The 18 of KFB still moving. Is it a... No, it's not a penalty for the 18. He just gets off pit road. The 18 car gets out ahead of the 10. There's Lucky Dog 385, who comes out of pit road in the lead. There's KFB 18 with the 38 of J-Man right behind him. Here comes Dr. Busch around the outside of the 18, making some contact to avoid that dog leg in the backstretch wall. And Dr. Busch, with tires that are several laps more worn than the 18 car, moves into the second position. 13, 24, 18, Chevy, Toyota. Now your top 3 at WWT. "29 laps remain in this 7th round. Lucky Dog 385 going for his 4th win in 7 starts this season in ENEA. Despite that, the 13 car not our points leader. Lucky Dog 385 comes into this race 4th in the points standings. He sits right now 49 points behind the standings leader, KFB 18. KF, who finds himself in the 3rd position. Or is that the 4th position? The 38 car has gotten around him, so KFB 18 now running 4th in the standings. The 13 car now entering turn number 3, 2nd place, Dr. Busch. There he is in the 24 car. He's got the 38 of J-Man right behind him. He can't barely see the 13 anymore coming into the final 25 laps of this race. Where will the 38 choose to make his move on car 24? The 38 of J-Man all over the back end. I love watching these guys just go hammer and tongs, trying to get every position they can. There's the 38 of J-Man. He's well on the back of the 24 car, trying to get that spot back. Here comes ENEA Shotgun to the inside of KFB. This for the 5th position, excuse me. But now the 18 car back on the outside of KFB. Won't be able to pull that one off. KFB sending it deep further around the outside. both cars getting around. One car headed down pit road, now sitting 4th and 5th, respectively. Lucky Dog 385 leading this race. He's got the 2 of Punisher just behind him. Lucky Dog now coming to 21 laps to go. Next time by, KFB, who started 2nd, trying to get back at the 88 car. Gave him a bit of a shunt into turn number 1, and the 4 of PTH the GOAT getting up behind the 18 of KFB, but not quickly. PTH the GOAT holding the 6th position right now. ENEA Shotgun rolling 4th. The 38 of J-Man continuing to follow the 24. Now both cars have made their way up to lapped traffic with 20 laps to go this time. The 9 of Lindo trying to get some position. He's just ahead of the 12 of Henny. Here's the 24 of Dr. Bush trying to overtake Sir Brunson. Not for position. Sir Brunson a lap down. And right now giving the 24 a tow, but will he move out of the way of Dr. Bush? Headed into 1. The 38 of J-Man taking advantage of that spot right there, getting around the 24 of Dr. Bush, using the 20 of Sir Brunson as a pick, and that puts J-Man into the 2nd position. But what does the 38 have, if anything, for the 13 of Lucky Dog 385 as he tags the wall out of turn number 4, and green flag pit stops are underway. $18 laps to go this time by for car number 13. The 2nd place car of J-Man. There he is in the 38. A big distance back. No matter what happens, it's been a sensational run for the driver of the 38 car. But will a late race caution give him the chance to take on the 3-time winner this season, Lucky Dog 385? Inside the final 17 laps of this race, Lucky Dog 385 has won the first 2 stages, and he is driving for the cycle. KFB, who started 2nd, now being overtaken by the 11 of Pot Pie and Dip. And the 18 has just been sliding back. Could be the worn tires. Hopefully he didn't gamble on 2 right sides. It will be 15 laps to go for the leader this next time by, and KFB trying to salvage as many points as possible. ENEA Shotgun currently running 4th. There's PTH the GOAT, who's also mired back in traffic. Drivers will have to make a 2nd pit stop, the leaders especially, in these next few laps. So now the world waiting on the 13 of Lucky Dog 385 to bring his Geico Chevrolet into the pits. There's a 13 car coming out of turn number 4. 15 laps now remain. PTH the GOAT into the Bush Apple Ford. He's behind Panic in the 19. There's Shotgun running 4th. He's got the 20 of Sir Brunson right behind him, who is on far fresher tires. The leader going to cross for 14 laps to go this time by. The 21 of Old Tweeter, he's got his tires leaving pit road. Bano on those worn tires. He's now being overtaken by Dr. Bush to his inside. Dr. Bush running third behind the 38 of J-Man. This will be for position if the 24 can get past the 38. Punisher leaving pit road with fresh tires. The 19 of Panic behind the 18 of PTH the GOAT, not racing for position. The real MT with fresher tires than the 18. Pot Pie and Dip running in the 5th position, chasing down the 88 of Shotgun, who he can see far ahead in the distance. Inside these final 11 laps, drivers will be making their final pit stops. The 24 of Dr. Bush, he'll be fighting J-Man for second. Here goes the Missouri driver to the inside of the rookie, and he easily takes second place away from car 38. J-Man in that 38 car, just ahead of the 10 of Birds. Will he fight back for second place, or will he fight to preserve his podium positions? He sits 4 seconds ahead of the 88 car, ENEA Shotgun. This time by, it will be 11 laps to go for the 13 of Lucky Dog 385. He still has not come down pit road. I don't expect that he can stretch these tires all the way to the end. He came in with approximately 30 laps. The tires would be one thing, the fuel would be completely another. And now the leaders making their green flag pit stops. Here comes Shotgun. He'll be giving up 4th place to skid his Planters Chevrolet into pit road, and just up ahead, the 24 and the 38 of Dr. Bush and J-Man. Obviously, at this point, a pit stop would be fatal for these drivers. Keep your eye on the 38 and the 24. The 24's down, the 38 nudging slightly. Lindo out of the way. There's the 88 of Shotgun losing a little bit of time coming down pit road. This is not by driver design, by the way. This is how the game runs that pit road script. 24 is down. He comes out just behind the 38 as they make contact, leaving pit road side by side. It looks like the 88 of Shotgun got out ahead of either of these drivers. Where is the 88 of Shotgun? Scrolled completely past him, lost him. There's Lucky Dog 385. Yet to come down pit road. We lost him again. There's the 88 of Shotgun. Sorry about that, trying to get hold. Shotgun sitting in the 5th position right now. There's the 38 of J-Man and the 24 of Dr. Bush coming to, I believe, 8 laps now to go for Lucky Dog 385. Bano running 4th, PTH the GOAT in the 3rd position. We'll try and get a tab on who's running in the 2nd position. Still waiting on PTH the GOAT and Bano to make their pit stops. That 4 car running in the 4th position. Sorry, PTH the GOAT running in the 3rd position as we try to get back to the leaders. Terrible trying to scroll to find these drivers. But we appreciate you all hanging on nevertheless. .13 leading now with 7 laps to go. All eyes focused on that Geico Chevrolet if he's going to make it on tires and fuel. What an impressive run it would be for Lucky Dog 385. He has the entire field at his mercy. ENEA Shotgun now looking to the inside of Bano. This a battle for the 4th spot. Bano, you can see, losing 4th place pretty unequivocally. Here comes Dr. Bush and J-Man, the 24 and the 38 side by side. Beno now getting shuffled back to the 6th position. There is Lucky Dog 385 coming down pit road for tires and for fuel. So now the 38 and the 24, who are dueling it out for position, will be chasing him down. But it's up to the 88 of ENEA Shotgun to keep ahead of the 38 and the 24, who are furiously chasing him down. KFB 18 currently in the 2nd position, striking the barrier, headed into turn number 1. Will his car be able to go that distance? He now overtakes the 88 of Lucky Dog 385 for the first time today. New leader, KFB 18, coming to 4 laps to go, and the 24 of Dr. Bush and the 38 of J-Man getting to the inside of ENEA Shotgun, sending him back down to the 6th position. There's PTH the GOAT, who's running, I believe, in 3rd. KFB leading this race, and Lucky Dog 385, who was driving his car to the very end on tires and fuel, sitting 2nd right now, looking at the 18, and his drive for 4 wins in 7 starts may have just been haunted by this spooky M&M's Camry. There you can see the gap. Lucky Dog 385 is closing it rather quickly. The 18 is a bit closer now, but it will be just 2.5 miles remaining. 2 laps to go for KFB 18 in the Halloween Camry. Lucky Dog 385 now inside 1.5 seconds, but does the 18 have the fuel to go the distance? Will he have the tires? Is it too little, too late for the 13 car? PTH the GOAT muscling his way into 5th from the 4. Lindo slams the wall out of turn number 2. Drivers losing their grip everywhere they go. 1.25 miles is all that remains for the 18 of KFB. KFB leading this race over PTH the GOAT by 20 points. Lucky Dog 385, who was meant to make up a boatload of points on the leader, considering KFB was mired back in traffic, will have to look to next week. But last season's 6-time winner picks up where he left off a year ago, getting the win at WWT. KFB wins round 7 of ENEA. It's KFB's first win this season. The 13 car of Lucky Dog 385 finishing 2nd. Looked like the 4 car of PTH the GOAT hangs on for 3rd. Drivers at home, or fans at home, stay tuned. We're going to have top 3 interviews in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We're going to hear from KFB 18, Lucky Dog 385, and PTH. On the podium now with our top 3 finishers, and I mentioned earlier that it was PTH the GOAT who finished 3rd. My apologies, I was wrong about that. It's the 24 of Dr. Bush who finishes 3rd. Dr. Bush, you were close to your 2nd victory this season, but you managed to get a bronze medal at Gateway with 3 races left in the regular season.
Yeah, I'll take that. Didn't have much, we'll just call them repetitions coming into this race on this track. The Cup cars were quite a trip to run on it. I'll take it. I didn't know this race was going to really come down to fuel strategy. I would have tried to play something different, but I had a really fast car. I don't think really anybody could touch Lucky tonight. He was in a league of his own, which is to be expected a lot of races. But congrats and hats off to KFB for good strategy fuel run there, coming home with his first win of the season.
Congratulations on your third place finish, Doctor. Lucky Dog 385. You won stage 1 and stage 2. I alluded that you were driving for the cycle at the start of stage 3, but you came so close to your 4th win this season.
Yeah, that sucks. We have obviously had the fastest car tonight. We were just really good on long runs and just really controlled it from the end there. But KFB did a good job with the fuel strategy. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know how we lost that there. We took 2 tires just in case, and yeah, just a couple laps short, but it happens. Just want to say a big thank you to everyone at ENEA for putting on great races, and congrats to Dr. Bush on his third, and congrats to KFB on his first. But I don't know what track it is next week, but I'll be making sure that we end up on top.
We'll see you at Kansas. Congratulations, Lucky Dog. And now the winner, driver of that number 18 haunted M&M's Camry, KFB. I'll admit, at the end of stage 2, I had no idea you were going to win this race, and I didn't even suspect you could pull it off. How did you get that job done?
Man, I just sat there and ran behind Lucky Dog, and I knew he was going. At the end of stage 2, I was keeping up with him as best as anybody else that I've seen. He was just about a tenth faster every lap, and going in third stage, I looked and said scene 53, and I was like, that's going to put me 5 laps short. So I did some adjustments with my right rear going in the pit stop on that lap like 75, made sure that was going to stay on the tire. It held up, and just I was able to save 5 laps, and just I don't know how I did it, man, but I'm pretty pumped up to beat the Pro League champ, dude. That's crazy. A lot of people don't get to get that glory, so I'm ecstatic right now.
First win of the season, first time beating the Pro League champion, and you extend your points lead headed into Kansas next week. You come into WWT with a 20-point lead over PTH the GOAT, who finished just outside of the podium, and a 44-point lead over Dr. Bush that finished third. So the regular season champion gets a bit closer into your hands. Congratulations on the gold medal, KF.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Fans at home, that's going to do it for us. Another ENEA chapter is in the books, and in 7 days' time, ENEA will head to Kansas for round number 8. Fans at home, thanks so much for your time, so much for being with us. Thank you, Rock NASCAR 388, Pot Pie and Dip, Lightning M33, and Seafoot Racing, everybody else involved with the show. Fans at home, please stay safe,